In Singapore, companies are rolling out flexible work arrangements ahead of mandatory guidelines next month that will require them to have a proper process for such requests. Still, some employers worry about managing employee expectations and whether they need to grant all forms of flexible work requests. Risha Matthew with more.
It's a special arrangement for Michelle Hong, a financial executive at Chai Tiam Maintenance.
I started my work from home arrangement 2 weeks ago when school holidays started. Actually, if I work from home, right, I can spend more time with my families, especially with my kids. I can take care of them, and then they are more happy to see me at home.
Others in the company prefer flexible hours and a lighter workload.
喜欢比较 flexible 嘛，就要灵活性的工作时间，刚好这个时间适合我了，3点到9点。我做的是在碗碟归还处的地方，早上的时候我在家里可以做我的家务啊。
Nearly 30% of the staff here have some form of flexible work arrangement. It's helped the company attract new talent and retain current staff better. But it might not be easy to get more workers on board.
Challenges faced at this juncture is also the receptiveness of the service buyer to flexible work arrangement, and of course, not to mention that I think internal mindset change has to also come in place, whereby I think the operation leaders and the supervisors also have to rethink and also rejig how they do planning and scheduling on the workers on the ground.
During a company visit, Minister of State for Manpower Gan Xiaohuang says firms do not need to approve all FWA requests that come to them.
Ultimately, flexible arrangements have to make business sense for them to be sustainable, and it's also the company's prerogative to decide which requests are supportable, and if they are going to reject a request, they have to explain to the employee the reason based on business grounds for the rejection.
It is important that the unions, the labour movement, weighs in together with our workers to let people know that there is a proper way to consider flexible work arrangement requests, but also at the same time, a fair way to be asking for it from the workers' point of view.
For those who do not comply by the guidelines, the Tripartite Alliance for Fair and Progressive Employment Practices will come in to advise. In extreme cases, companies could be issued a warning or asked to attend corrective workshops.
Firms have to communicate the decision on FWA requests within 2 months of application. It's among other details covered in guidelines that were launched earlier this year. Here's a quick recap on the types of FWAs covered. The first kind is Flexi Place. That's where employees can choose where to work. There are no changes to the total work hours or load, and is most suited for office-based roles, for example, allowing people to work from home. Employees can also choose when to work. With Flexi Time, the total workload remains the same. Hours may or may not change. This can be applied for an office setting or retail shops to stagger work hours or for shift work. The third category is Flexi Load. This is where employees can choose how much to work. If employees cut their hours, there will be a proportionate reduction in pay. This arrangement can be adopted by both office-based and frontline workers.